the Senate passes a resolution declaring October 14, 2025, Charlie Kirk's birthday as the National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk. So the irony in this is, you know who else's birthday is October 14th? George Floyd. Go figure.
Girl, y'all need to grab a seat for this one because the tea is popping hot. Word on the street is that the government might just be using this whole Charlie Kirk situation to rewrite history and push George Floyd's legacy to the side. So here's the scoop. The U.S. Senate just announced that October 14th will officially be recognized as the National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk. But here's the twist. October 14th also happens to be George Floyd's birthday, a day that's been a big deal in the Black community as a time to honor his life and the impact his death had on the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, the Black community is pissed, and they aren't just speaking out. Black celebrities, including Dame Dash, are speaking out. And get this, inside sources are saying Dame Dash believes this whole move has Donald Trump's fingerprints all over it. All right, y'all, let me give you the backstory. So this all makes sense. The death of Charlie Kirk has basically taken over the internet, and everyone's talking about how the feds keep dropping inconsistent info about who the shooter really is. So here's what went down. Just hours after Charlie was shot, the FBI put out a picture of a so-called person of interest they believed was the shooter. Not long after that, the guy's own father turned him in, and that's when authorities identified him as Tyler Robinson. So, Utah Governor Spencer Cox came out saying they've got screenshots of the alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson, straight up admitting to the crime on Discord. But hold up, before anyone could even blink, Discord clapped back with a statement denying everything, saying nothing like that ever went down on their app. And y'all, that just made people even more suspicious about how the authorities are really handling this case. But that's not even the end of it. Fans really started side-eyeing things when Charlie Kirk's body was flown back to his hometown on Air Force Two. Yes, Air Force Two, with none other than Vice President J.D. Vance helping carry the casket. And listen, a lot of folks were not here for it. Not because they disliked Charlie, but because it looked like they gave him some kind of official military style send-off, when in reality, he never held a political office and wasn't even in the military to begin with. And there's this video of the Dallas Cowboys paying homage to him right before a game. Now, this is where things really start to raise eyebrows. Fans were already side-eyeing the situation when news broke that several military personnel got suspended just for posting on social media that Charlie Kirk didn't deserve the grand farewell he received. Service officials even admitted that dozens of online posts are now under review as the U.S. military scrambles to meet Secretary Pete Hegseth's demand to punish anyone who was allegedly celebrating the conservative influencer's death. And at this point, folk couldn't help but notice that the government was low-key trying to turn Charlie into some kind of martyr, but many people weren't buying it. Why? Because let's be real. While Charlie was alive, he stirred up plenty of controversy with his takes on slavery, abortion, and even gun ownership. So naturally, people were divided on when or even if they should be mourning him at all. Okay, y'all, if you thought the drama was over, think again, because this next move had everybody talking. The whole attempt to turn Charlie Kirk into a martyr went full blast when the Senate actually passed a resolution naming October 14th Charlie's birthday as the official day of remembrance for Charlie Kirk.
The U.S. Senate has just unanimously established October 14th as the National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk. October 14th is Charlie's birthday. I couldn't think of a day that's more fitting than that.
Now, the reactions? Mixed is an understatement. Charlie's supporters were cheering it on, saying it was the perfect way to honor him as he always stood for American values. But a lot of folks, especially in the Black community, were not here for it. Why? Because October 14th also happens to be George Floyd's birthday, which has become an unofficial day for many to remember him and the impact his death had. And let's just say that overlap sparked some serious backlash. Whispers in the Black community are getting louder on this one. Word is, the Senate naming October 14th as Charlie Kirk's Remembrance Day wasn't just some random tribute. It's being seen by many as a calculated move to erase George Floyd's legacy slowly. George Floyd's death was the spark that set off worldwide Black Lives Matter protests, and on October 14th, his birthday, it has quietly become a day of reflection for that movement. Now people are saying there's no better way to dim that light than to highlight someone like Charlie Kirk, who mainly drew a majority white audience. And you know the saying, whoever dominates the narrative makes the rules. So when they saw the opportunity, they jumped on it quickly, trying to rewrite history and push George Floyd's name right out of the conversation. Okay, y'all, here's where it really starts to heat up. It's not just folks on the street side-eyeing this move. Inside, sources are spilling that some celebrities are feeling the same way. But here's the thing, most of them are keeping quiet, scared of losing endorsements, sponsorships, or even getting dropped by their labels. Now, one person who's apparently not afraid to speak his mind, Dame Dash. According to our industry insider, Dame truly believes the white majority is trying to erase George Floyd from history and the powerful ripple effect his death had. And y'all, Dame isn't just keeping these thoughts to himself, he's gonna go public with it. And if you know Dame's story, you know why he's not holding back. He's already lost almost everything. We're talking bankruptcy, his 1/3 stake in Rockefeller snatched by the New York State. So at this point, he's basically got nothing to lose. Word is, Dame wants to speak out because in his eyes, it's simply the honorable thing to do. Now, Dame isn't just gonna come out to address the attempt to erase George Floyd from history. He is accusing President Trump of leading the charge. According to the source, Dame Dash claims while Trump felt empathy for George Floyd, he still feels some kind of disgust that the whole riot happened under his administration. The source revealed that Trump hates this whole thing happened and has been trying to erase it from history. And when the opportunity presented itself, he pitched it down to conservatives in the Senate who share the same view. And that's just it. I'm not gonna lie. This whole situation is nuts. Trying to erase history right before our eyes is nuts. And I really hope people speak up and resist this. Dame Dash leaks plans to erase George Floyd from history by declaring October 14th Charlie Kirk Remembrance Day, had fans talking, and they left comments saying folks losing their jobs over racist Charlie Kirk, but nobody was losing jobs over nasty George Floyd death jokes and rhetoric. Just to be clear, Congress wants a National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk, praising him for promoting things like free speech, all while the government actively suppresses it. Imagine if they spent even a fraction of that energy actually helping the American people. Charlie Kirk refused to let George Floyd rest in peace. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to mourn him. I will show him the same respect he showed George Floyd. Do you think this is an attempt to erase George Floyd from history? Or do you think the Senate was just trying to honor Charlie Kirk? Let me know what you think about this in the comments and check out this next video.